I literally just told myself like, yo, you need to like call, like what's holding you back? And so I'm like, I'm in my own thoughts, you know, it's my head. I'm telling myself that I can't do this, but it's just comfortable, you know? I pushed myself and I told myself, you gotta do this. And what was crazy, when I called, the lady said, oh, good thing you called because you got the last spot. When I first started, it was when I was like 15, 16 years old. I was like a freshman in high school. Yeah, like I said before, I mean, my mom used to give me those traditional bowl haircuts and I said, enough. But no, yeah, so, I mean, seeing my mom cutting my hair, my family and everything, I wanted to do the same thing, I guess. And I felt like it could be easy just picking them up and, you know, cutting. I mean, I messed myself up so many times, but during that time, that's when I took over my mom's job and started cutting my whole family. I was nervous for a couple of reasons, because first I felt like, you know what if I mess somebody up? And I feel like doing a bad haircut, you'll probably even lose a clientele, a friend, you know? I didn't want to mess anybody up, but during that time, I started doing my backyard actually. And so the lighting for the sun was, yeah, it was too much, so I couldn't see no shade or nothing like that. So like the dark areas, I couldn't hit those, so it was tough. And then I moved over into the garage and it was either too hot, too cold, and then just doing it at home, I felt like you were never really into like work mode, I guess. And when I would go inside, see my kids, see the bed, see the TV, and it was just like a lot of different obstacles that to overcome and not, you know, give in. That's when I decided to, you know, I should do barbershop. And that's when I went to barbering 2 years ago, 30 years old. I was 30 years old. I started growing a lot more, and it's crazy because people tell me, why don't you just do it at home, do a side income and whatnot. And I'm like, that's the thing though, I don't see it as a side income. I want it to be my main job. I want it to be the best that I could as a barber. And so I feel like a barbershop was a place to go and build new clientele and have that mental focus of like, it's a job, you like it, but you still have to be consistent with it. Graduated in June, I believe. I think that was like maybe 2 years ago. And then I was part-time for maybe a whole year, yeah, the whole cosmetology. And just recently in December or so, it's when I became a full-time barber. So it's just a couple months, not even I haven't been a year a full-time barber. And that was all because I was nervous, you know, if I wasn't gonna make it, because I got 2 girls, you know. I had that mentality where I'm the captain of the ship. If I fall, my whole family falls, the whole ship falls. So I just didn't want to take those risks where it was gonna be that I wouldn't be able to provide for my family or my girls. So they are my inspiration, why I keep pushing and why I want to keep growing, because I want to be a role model for them. I want to show them like, no matter what you choose, what goal or yeah, what you want to do, just go all in, go 100%. If you're gonna 50%, you're not gonna succeed on it. If you're trying to choose something that everybody else told you to, you're not gonna try as hard. Once I started cutting my own hair, everybody saw that I kind of gave people or my family the style that they wanted. And so I just fell in love with it, that their confidence changed just from a haircut. Honestly, anything that I saw on TV, anything that was different, I would try to replicate that on my hair, just because it's just a way to express your style, your look. Competitions what started everything though. I did basics for 2 weeks, and then after those 2 weeks, Tyler, our instructor, he said, you know what, you guys are gonna have a competition this weekend. I want to touch on that. Tyler actually looked at me and asked me, yo, are you gonna compete? I was like, no, there's no way I can do competition. This is like my first week on the floor. And plus just making excuses, you know, I can't do it, it's too late, I need pay and whatnot. And he's like, what do you mean? You can't do it next year. You gotta do it right now. Like, you gotta do this competition. I'm like, yo, okay, I'll do this. It wasn't set. I wasn't thinking of doing it, but I called my brother up that day and I told him, hey, yo, so there's this competition this weekend. and I want to get into it, but I'm super nervous. I don't know if I should do it. And I was like, yo, tell me something that's gonna motivate me, something that's just gonna click in my head. I know for a fact it's me that's holding myself down, and I'm nervous about it, and being up on stage, like, there's no way. So we kept talking, eventually something clicked. I'm like, you know what, let's do this. Even if you don't win, at least you went up there. You're being better than what you were yesterday, kind of thing. And so I was like, you know what? Yeah, you're right. You know, I gotta get in these habits and these rhythm, this momentum of like doing things. And I feel like things will get a lot easier. So yeah, I got up there, did the competition. After that, it kind of clicked. And I'm like, even though I was nervous, I was up there. I got out of my comfort zone, and I've been pushing myself. And you get moments like that where you feel uncomfortable, but I feel like you're only uncomfortable because it's new to you. And when it's new to you, sometimes it makes you not want to do it. You want to stay, in your comfort zone. And so after that, I said, I could do this. You know, I did it again, continue. And from continuing competing, I actually won a couple competitions. Some people, I feel like they come to a barbershop to either their job requires to them look a certain way, or they want to express their style. And I mean, nowadays, being different, have a different style, it's kind of trendy. It's like you're expressing your style, how you feel. You kind of going out there like, look at me, you know, getting like from a certain haircut, certain design, colors or whatnot. And then there's other people that come to a barbershop just to like get out of like whatever's going on at home, going on certain thing, or just have a barber as their friend and talk about like how the day went, just expressing themselves. And then there's, I feel like other people just to come in and get a haircut, feel good, smell good from the aftershave and whatnot, but it's cool. And I like when it's full, when everybody's just talking crap to each other and whatnot. And then there's also like the one-on-one where you could get personal. They talk about like how's their life going, what they're going through, what their goal is. And it's cool, you know. There's a lot of people that have what they're trying to reach, and they start expressing that. And so I see a lot of clients, their growth. So you build that relationship with them, which is amazing. In the barbering side, there's a time when I felt like I didn't have enough time for my daughter, because that day I got out of leave and I was at home, and I only had like an hour, 30 minutes to eat, shower and everything. And so I was about to leave. My daughter was like, play with me. I'm like, yo, I need to go to school. And she's like, you always go to school. I'm like, oh man. She was like, you don't have time for me. I was like, dude, I already know this. So when she said that, it kind of hurt me a little bit more, just because, you know, kids are still learning the world, still learning everything. And so they're really tell you the truth, and they don't care how much time, effort and everything, like what you're doing, I guess, out of the house. They don't care that you're doing all these extra hours. They don't care how much money you're making. They don't care that you're trying to make an end goal of going to school and doing all these things. What they care is you being around. And so it made it tough, and I told myself, it's all right, just keep going, you know, there's an end goal. I still am part of her life, I'm still helping out. And so during that time, I gave myself a goal. Even though I'm going to school, I don't have time and stuff like that. When I get home, I will read a book to her, because I'd rather her spend time with me creating these core memories than her being on the tablet and whatnot. And so I pushed myself. I'm like, it's not her fault that I decided to go to school now. And that same day though, I got to school and there was a friend there. His name is Patrick. I told him, yo, honestly, I feel defeated today, yo. I'm like, bro, I'm tired. This is what my daughter told me. And so I felt like quitting. I'm like, yo, I don't want to do this no more. This is the time where my daughter's growing up. And so how am I gonna create these memories and all these things when I don't have time for her? He's like, dude, you're good. It's just another day, you know? These days happen. We're not always gonna be 100%. And so it's gonna happen, but just gotta grind through and you're good. Fast forward, I graduated from barbering, but then I went to cosmetology. I was walking in and Pat saw me. He's like, yo, here comes the guy of the year, the man, whatever, this and that, you know, hyping me up. He told me that and I was like, nah, man, no, I'm nothing like that. It's just me, Art, you know? And he's like, no, do you remember that one time? I was like, what time? And he's like, that one time when you actually said like, you're done, you're defeated, you feel like you can't do it no more. And I was like, damn, that's crazy. Yeah, I do remember that time. You know, it's funny, it's crazy. Like sometimes we feel like we're not succeeding, we're not doing better and whatnot. But the person a couple years back would be like wishes that would be in my chair where I'm at now. So I am being successful because I am a better person than what I was yesterday. So after that, I decided to create voice memos. And so whenever I make an accomplish, whenever I succeed on something, whenever I feel down, whenever I feel something, I just record myself, set the date, and just talk to it and express what I'm feeling and what happened. So that way, whenever I feel down or something, I can just play those back and remind myself, you know what? You are doing good, you know? Because it happens, you know? You're not always gonna be 100%, but those reminders will bring you back up.